Oslo!
Yeah, we're in Oslo for 3 days. It's like 80 something degrees here as well, so feels like we never left New York. This is our hotel room in Oslo with a great view. The cross-section of this is so We're unlocking some scooters because I'm too scared to bike, but I'm really comfy on a scooter. So this should help us get to places faster today. Jason, give me a scream. We just came out of the Monk Museum where we saw the original painting of the Scream. They have the painting, a drawing, and a print on rotation every 30 minutes. And we got really lucky that when we went to see the exhibit, they were showing the original. We're going to the Oslo Opera House now. We bought just random tickets because Jason doesn't want to walk that much today. And we're gonna go see this ballet about the art of football. And by football, they mean soccer. And it's like a ballet, I don't know, just like about soccer players. It's only 30 minutes long. But the description of the ballet says that there might be nudity, so we really don't know what to expect. Here's the show that we're about to go see.
It was really good.
That's not what you were saying. But okay, it feels like they had like 4 phases of this play. The first part is like them discovering soccer. It's like very like, oh, like what is a soccer ball? And then it fades to the next scene, which feels like neighborhood kids playing soccer, and then they get into a fight, and one of them gets like killed in the fight. And then that's never revisited again. And then the next is like...
It's figuratively killed.
No, I think he's literally killed.
Well,
They
he's
have
literally
like a whole...
killed, but it's for figurative reasons.
What's the figurative reason?
It's really hard it's really complex.
And then the third part is like a big time game, and they're like scoring goals and doing all these things. And at that point I was like, oh, it feels like this ballet is gonna wrap up and there's not gonna be any nudity, which I was feeling relieved about because I was like, I honestly don't know how they would bring nudity into this. And then at the end of the game, they're like celebrating and they just start stripping off all their clothes and all
to take a shower.
Okay, yeah, that was
stinky.
Yeah, it was really weird. So they take off all their clothes, they're all in their like tidy whities, and then I was like, okay, that's the extent of the nudity. But then they like get up in a line and they're all like, their backs are to the audience, and then they all take their underwear off, and then there's this really long shower scene where they're like showering with their backs to the audience, and I was just like, what's happening? This feels like gratuitous nudity for no point.
Basically, really poignant, beautiful show.
Yeah, really complex ballet.
Complex ballet.
We're waiting in line right now to board this ferry over here in our car. This is just a random rest stop off the side of the road, but it's so pretty. The fjord, and then you can see like a cruise ship in the back, just in the middle. We made it to our new hotel tonight. Apparently all the rooms are overlooking this fjord, so it should be pretty nice. Picked up our rental car yesterday in Bergen, and then we drove 5.5 hours to get to this little town called Loen. Our plan today is we're going to do a via ferrata hike. There's an iron cable that's hammered into the side of this mountain. It's considered a climb because you're just kind of like being buckled into the cable and like climbing up this very steep mountain. It's supposed to take around 5 to 6 hours to complete. It is from like the base of the mountain all the way to the top where there's like a cable car you can take back down. The mountain is at its top a little over 1,000 meters. There's also like a zip line at the top, which is like included in our package too. So that's our plan for today. We're doing a hike for an hour and a half before we begin climbing. This hike is so steep. We got to the sky ladder. Jason is making his way up. You got it, Jason.
Oh my god. This is definitely the scariest thing so far.
Look at Jason all the way up there. We're doing this rope ladder, which is literally just a single rope. Jason is shaking so much as he crosses. After 4.5 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours of hiking, we have made it to the top and we ziplined. It's like 80 degrees. I think my entire body is sunburnt. But that was really fun. It was really type 2 in the moment. I think by the end, Jason and I were both like, holy shit, please release us from these wires.
Our legs are gonna be so sore tomorrow.
And we're walking to the one restaurant in this entire city, which is at the top of this mountain, to get a nice little smoothie to reward ourselves for 5 hours of strenuous activity. Going on a kayaking tour today. There's so much traffic because of all these little goats. And they're all on the streets up ahead too, so we're just traveling in a big goat herd.
Wow, all the
Goats are all
going home.
Ah, so cute. We made it to our next hotel, or I don't know if it's a hotel really, it's a farm. We're staying at this place called Red Mountain Farm. It's literally in the middle of nowhere, and we booked it because the original drive we were supposed to do today was like 5 or 6 hours, and Jason didn't want to do the full drive, so we're just like stopping in this like rural farm to have like a, I don't know, local farm experience for the night. And for dinner, this guy is serving, well, on the website it's advertised as like he serves venison and the deer is like shot on premises. I don't know how true that is, but we're having like deer meatballs and mashed potatoes and like roasted vegetables or something for dinner. That the guy who, I think it's just one guy running this whole place, but he's like cooking the dinner and serving it to all of us like in his home. So it's pretty cool. We stopped our run and we've just been climbing up these switchbacks, and that's for like the next 1,000 feet or so.
So today was a medium day. Did a good 9-mile run. Did a hike. Easy, beautiful.
Okay, the context is the popular thing to do in this area is to take a train from Flåm to Myrdal, and it's like about a 12-mile ride all uphill, and then you bike the way back down to Flåm. But we only thought about doing this last week, so everything was sold out, and we can only find a one-way ticket from the top of the mountain back down. And we also couldn't find bike rentals. So because it's only around 13 miles, we were like, okay, fine, maybe we can just run it. So this was supposed to be like a medium intensity day. Definitely did not feel medium intensity. We made it like 9 miles before my legs just like gave out. And now we're just like walking the final 1,000 feet of elevation gain. But we made it in time to catch our 4 p.m. train. We have like 20 minutes to spare.
Good planning.
Yeah. Hello, it's 5:45 a.m. and we're on the road to go to Trolltunga, which is one of the most famous hikes in Norway. It means Troll's tongue because at the end there's like a little rock formation that juts out like a tongue off the side of the cliff, and people will like go stand on it and take pictures and it like overlooks this really cool valley. So we have to apparently get to the car park by 6 a.m. to get a spot, and it's like a 16-mile hike out and back, so it'll be like a whole day ordeal for us. So the first part of this trail is a 4-kilometer completely uphill climb. It's like all switchbacks in a total of like 400 meters, so like 1,200 feet of elevation gain. And I feel like this is like a big money grab opportunity, but basically they were like, for $15 a person you can take our shuttle bus and skip this entire section. So that's what we did, because we've been too active for the last couple of days and my legs are still sore from the run we did. So we paid $30 total for a shuttle bus to take us half of like the elevation gain of this hike. But now we've officially begun, and I think by taking the shuttle bus we've shaved off a couple hours. So yeah, pretty lit. This route is so barren. We both really need to pee, and there's just nowhere to do it safely because they explicitly were like, we don't provide bathrooms, just go along the trail. But like, where here is actually secluded enough where you can do that? So we've just been holding it in. We've been cursed with doing this hike too quickly. Instead of taking 7 hours, we took 5.5, but that means that the first shuttle bus to take us back down to the parking lot doesn't come for another 1.5 hours. So now we are continuing to suffer and doing the walk back down to the parking lot ourselves rather than waiting 1.5 hours. Here's us. We're just walking on the road. It's very painful on the knees. Oh my god. We've been walking for like 20 minutes. This is the bottom. We're just now seeing it. Where this parking lot. Oh. It's our last day in Norway. We just returned our rental car and got back to Bergen, and we don't really have anything planned. Our flight is tomorrow at noon, so we're just kind of killing time until then. Jason didn't take today off, so he's back working at the hotel. I located a very large shopping center near where we live. I spent the afternoon just like walking around that area, and I'm like souvenir shopping, but I guess it's more just like, I don't know, we have a pretty empty checked bag and I'll buy whatever I feel like can fit in that's interesting. My haul is very small because I feel like I'm very utilitarian. The first thing I bought is this 4-pack of a hiking chocolate. This is like the chocolate Norwegians bring when they're hiking. I think it translates literally to like lunch biscuit or something. It's something along the lines of like, this is what you eat for fuel on hikes. So I bought a 4-pack to just bring back for friends and yeah, see if it's tasty. The second thing, I just like came into a random homeware store and they were having a sale. It's not even like Norway specific. It was just a good deal. It's like this 4-pack of glass ice cream bowls. This was only, I think after the conversion, like $11.60. So pretty good deal. Yeah, that's my entire Norway souvenir haul.
Doesn't make sense to go to the room right now.
Hello, guess where we are? We're in Paris because our connecting flight got canceled. So they rebooked us on a flight that leaves tomorrow morning at 9:30. So we got a meal and a hotel, and we're gonna file for like a €600 flight cancellation compensation voucher. So I'm pretty stoked about this. Jason's like kind of crashing out because he wants to be at home with his monitor working. But like we were gonna land tonight at like 10:20, and instead we're landing tomorrow at like 11 a.m. And I'm like, okay, I'm just missing a little bit of work tomorrow. And in exchange, I get to get a free one evening in Paris that we weren't planning for. We're going into Paris to go buy this like viral fancy butter. I already did my research, which is just asking Ange which flavors I should be getting. They close at 9. We're estimated to get there at like 8:30-ish. So I'm like super sweaty, but I was so happy that our flight got canceled because this is really exciting. We made it just in time. Found the butters. We're leaving with our vacuum sealed butter haul. Only rushed for an hour on the subway for these and spent $56 on butter.
It's topping, dude. This bird is going to town.